We all need a little excitement in our lives. That's why every Ford you see looks like it's moving, even when it's not. Ford Kinetic Design.
Kinetic Design is the name of a design language which we have developed over the last few years to create more emotion in the Ford brand and really to drive for design leadership with our products. And what it does is we're trying to visualize the driving dynamic characteristics of the Ford cars through design. So it's a very expressive, very emotive design language, which, as I think you can see in the ad, really makes the cars look like they're moving when they're standing still.
My team and myself, we've been part or responsible in the communication of this kinetic design philosophy, and what we did is basically visualize it with images, but also with non-automotive images, taking references from architecture and bridges and product design, and also with images from the IOSIS concept car to highlight and explain the design elements with these images.
Well, the first iteration really of what was, we think of the S-Max as not only a very innovative product, but also as a transitional product, taking the design language into a different direction from where we had been, for example, with the C-Max. You can actually break down kinetic design into three main areas. The first is the proportions and the architecture. On top of this architecture, we then lay the form language of the vehicle. The kinetic design is described, I think, best by dynamic lines and full surfacing. In the front we have the trapezoidal grille, we have the swept-back headlamps, we have the three-dimensional, what we call the three-plane plan view of the vehicle. In the side we have usually a rising belt line, and a kick-up at the C-pillar in the DLO, which is short for daylight opening, or the side window graphic. Another graphic element on the side of the vehicle are the wheel arches, which are very strongly pronounced. And as you move then to the rear of the vehicle, defining elements are the high-mounted tail lamps, the license plate box, which is linked by the tail lamps. So these are all graphic elements which enables the customer to identify the latest Ford product as a Ford vehicle through these very strong graphic elements.
I would say the IOSIS Max is a very good example where you can see how the exterior and the interior come together and become one. You can see how the three-dimensional shapes of the interior are visible on the exterior, and also from the exterior to the interior. And a good example is how the instrument panel, actually the wings of the instrument panel, reach out through the window and become part of the rear vision mirrors, and it really looks like the interior is floating inside the cabin. A lot of glass surfaces, you have a really good view into the interior. The dynamic shapes are still visible from the outside perspective.